I thought you were hitting the start button, not the add button. I feel gypped. Let's see. LPW. Well, we seem to be past any ads. I see you.
Okay.
Go away.
There's
and
cold
we have
silver.
a cold silvered. Yay! Howdy, howdy.
Now we need to finish off with the
dwarves.
The dwarves and the weapon. Dwarves first?
Right. Yeah, since I'm here. It's where you left me.
Hello, Cold Foxfire. Yes, Nidhogg. Nidhogg has an anchor chip on the size of his shoulder, the size of a Shiva-induced glacier.
No, it's about the size of Heidelin.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
One of the problems with living too long, he just can't let go.
Well, a lot of the dragons actually have that problem. They just
Yes.
mentally can't let go of things.
Yes.
And even
Not
they
everybody
admit that it's actually kind of a problem.
Well, some of them do.
The good ones.
Yeah.
Oh, someone has not cleaned the chocobo stable. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let me clean the stable real quick. I'm just trying to tidy up the last bit of maintenance that I would have done earlier if we weren't kicked off the server.
Yes, the world ceased to exist.
And it was just Thayrin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, that's what's wrong. Where are you from?
What you looking at?
SFB stuff, of course.
Ah, of course. Where'd I leave you, in Yulmore?
Nope, I'm standing in front of, or behind, the dismayed dwarf, the demanding dwarf, the doomsaying dwarf, the decisive dwarf, the dour dwarf, and the dig site chief. Not to mention Glag, Kunag, and Athog.
Right. And we're supposed to make a decision. Well, I'll be right there, just this last minute.
Or else just calm them down, keep them from lynching the pair of them. Though I can understand that as a desire on the parts of the various townsfolk.
Cold Silver, in the cutscene, were you forced to replay it, or did it go on through and you lost that cutscene?
Ooh. Yeah, hopefully it's one you can use the never-ending journey for.
Yeah, but you really shouldn't have to.
I know.
Okay, so you can at least see it in context. Sometimes that is not always the option. Oh, I already have those. So I came all the way out here for nothing.
Oops. Into every life a little nothing must fall.
Excuse me. But thanks to the bunker run that we did, I was able to upgrade my Dragoon chest. Yay! It's now all purpley. I would still like to get my hands on the dialable version of the Relic Dragoon, but we'll have to see. It's kind of a butt of an encounter.
Yes.
In this case, I want to go to Colusia. On my way to Cormora.
Yay!
On my trusty Amaro.
Mm-hmm. One of those. Right. Soon I will be free of kind of interesting but somewhat creepy music.
Okay. I'm in the instance.
Indeed you are.
So who do you want to start with?
Probably the dismayed dwarf.
Okay, Mr. Dismayed Dwarf.
This'll be Anog's fault. You hear? That girl never had an ounce of prudence. If only she were more like her brother. Really? As if Konog has any prudence? Konog told her to be cautious. Mark my words. And she ought to have heeded him.
I got something slightly different.
Really?
Remember, we took different quest chains in the first part.
Huh. Yeah, indeed. Hold on a moment. That is more than I wanted. She ought to have left that machine graveyard well enough alone, but she insisted on barging in anyway, heedless of all danger. That's what happened, mark my words, and then I'll get better answer for it.
Demanding Dwarf.
I didn't do it! Oh, Anog and Konog, you say? Yes, they did do it. It was them! And I heard you followed Konog into the machine graveyard. Heard it with my own 2 ears, I did. Everyone knows it too, so you'd better be prepared to pay.
Same thing, except swatch Anog and Konog's name.
Right. Okay then.
Doomsaying Dwarf.
You want to know what I think? We're doomed! Doomed! Yep, that's the Doomsaying Dwarf.
Decisive Dwarf.
Anog could have saved us from those things, I just know it. There ain't no way a clever girl like her wouldn't have found a way to fight him. If only that brother of hers weren't always holding her back. Really? You ain't from around here, but trust me, Konog's been making his problems Anog's problems since they were little. It's a shame, too, because she's a real visionary.
If she'd had her... I do have something different.
If she'd had her way, she would have found out what was going on and how to put an end to it before those machines could make a beep. Wait, you're that outsider, ain't you? Don't worry, I don't blame you. I can see you're the sort who knows how to take control of the situation. I'm sure you supported Anog best you could.
Dour dwarf.
You're the collaborator. Well, don't think you can come crying to me now that has all gone wrong. Plain as day that Kunog's not one for straightforward solutions, and his sister ain't much better with her flights of fancy.
Different.
It's plain as day that Anog's the type to charge ahead without a care for who she might be getting mixed up into her troubles, and her brother ain't much better.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew this. Okay, dig site chief.
Lolly, I knew we'd end up here someday, ho!
Yeah, that's the dig site chief.
It's hard to know where to place the blame. I understand why you followed along with Kunog's plan, but if you'd all been quicker to deal with a threat... Gee, thanks.
Mine is different but similar.
Yeah, but if you'd all been just a little more careful.
Galag.
So the fools still can't agree on which way is up. Wish I was surprised. Let's try putting it to a vote, eh? Maybe the ones pretending to know more about the matter than they really do will think twice about making arses of themselves so publicly. This is not going to end the way you want it to.
No.
Can't none of you stitch your beards for half a moment? I'm asking you to raise your hands in an orderly fashion. This is hopeless. We're not getting anything useful from them. I'm not ruling out that one of these idiots accidentally has right of it, but in your sober judgment, who's to blame? If you still ain't sure, you can try talking to everyone again, though I can't say I recommend it. Just make sure you don't take any detours past the ale casks until this is settled. Really?
Speak with Galagat again.
Hold on. Dismayed dwarf. Only Anog would be so reckless as to bring the whole village crashing down around our ears. I believe that's different from even the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're getting different things. It's not going to help, but demanding. I haven't said anything we don't all know already, so don't even think about trying to pin this on me. Thank you. Can I pin it on him? That could be good. We're all done for. This is what dithering and dragging your feet gets you, I tell you. Ain't no one to blame but Kunog for it. Dour? I don't know how to make it any plainer. Anog and Kunog are to blame here. Fools of both of them. Dig site chief. It's important to hear people out, don't get me wrong, but they do have a tendency to oversimplify and yell loudly.
Oh, like you aren't the prime example.
How do you think he knows so well?
Mr. Lolly yelling ho.
I should really get him a white helmet for his name day.
He'd like that. He'd like that a lot. As long as I had a proper beard.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Glag. Still passively sober, I see. Have you come to a conclusion?
You're doomed! You're all doomed! It's complicated.
Yeah, it's either that or doomed. Interesting. I'll take that under advisement.
because, well, they did kind of open it up. They would have come sooner or later.
Well, someone would have come sooner or later. Everyone, I stand before you to present my findings regarding culpability in the destruction that has befallen our village.
And beer. Please, wait, it's me. As I've said, blaming yourselves is pointless. This is my doing.
Not exactly your doing either. It's one of them! Run! Run for your lives! Undiscerning dwarf. Wait, even the foreman ran?
And there goes Glag.
Are you defending us? Oh, no, there's the foreman.
There's no benefit in petty arguments.
Oh, wait! She says that, but I think it was kind of her to intervene.
Oh, hello, Mr. Dig Site Chief. You actually stayed.
Yes, he did. I'll try speaking to the others, see if I can't get them to understand that there's more going on here than it appears. Analog? Nope. I'm sure she went to check on her friend. That other android, 9S. I'm going to go and talk to her.
Okay, same from the Dig Site Chief. So,
Anod
back to
Flare.
the Anod Flare.
To be?
It's pointless to fight your own.
9S, nothing.
Sinning.
I appreciate your stepping in, but I don't want everyone to see you as the enemy. If we go and talk to them now, we can explain.
That is not necessary. I'm leaving anyway. This is not over for us or the machines.
What are you thinking, to be? I'm worried for Anog as well. She hasn't been herself since, well. She's not here. She's probably drowning herself in work. Come on, we should check on her. Speak with Konog yet again.
Always. Always more Konog. Where's Anog?
Losing herself in work or drowning her sorrows? Pod? Nothing. Konog.
1 second. I find it interesting. We've got the factory entrance over here.
Yep.
Okay, that must just be a wall into the factory entrance.
I believe so. I believe it was there the first time.
It kind of looks like a door.
Yeah. I seem to remember us going through this the first time.
Ah, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, it's been 9 months.
Konog?
She's not here. What is she doing? This isn't the time to be outside alone. We need to find her. I'll look around the village, but can you search the outskirts? Oh, Anog.
I should wait here for you.
Probably. Oh. Fine, I'll ditch the broken pony.
Thank
For
you.
you. Oh, she got some distance.
We'll see. Destination. Searching, searching, searching.
Surveying. Me without my surveying tools. You see no sign of your despondent dwarven friend. Perhaps she wandered further afield. Dear.
They're using the term friend loosely here, I see.
Yes. You see no sign of your despondent dwarven friend. Perhaps she has wandered further afield. Really? Yeah, I think you went down for this.
Did you wake the Kobolins?
No?
And why is there combat music?
Sure that wasn't you? See? That was you.
That one was me. The other one wasn't because he never showed up on my, my target list.
Likely story. You're just trying to pin this on me.
Oh, Ursa runs off of cliffs all the time. She knows she can fly. It's not that big of a deal.
So you've searched all of the likely places. Anog is not to be found. Perhaps Kunog has some additional ideas.
Oh dear.
Usually our sparkly sense is enough.
Kunog? Got any other ideas where your sister might be?
Anog isn't with you. What do I do? This is all because of us, and I don't know how to find her. Really, you do? I'm not used to being alone. Broken Heart orchestration roll. Yeah.
And that was the end of the line.
Really?
Konog?
I'm no good on my own. Okay, so we get to leave it like this for 6 months.
Yes. That's a horrible place to end the chain. Ah!
I would like a trip to Yulemore. I need to change pants.
Okay.
And get repairs.
Yeah, I went ahead and went back in last night and got boots.
Yeah, you mentioned.
They're nice looking boots.
Are they silver buckle shoes?
No, they are not. They're. No, those do not count as silver buckles. More like brassy buckles.
So not worth giving to Captain Placeholder then.
Nope, totally not worth Captain Placeholder's attention. Fly, my pretties, fly!
Yes.
There.
Uh-huh.
Is this about where you want? Or do you want to be over by the bell?
No, because I'm gonna need to get some 8s.
Okay.
So hold on a moment. Let's see here. Dang it.
Ooh, snap.
Retrieve. Oh, that's one. Huh, got both of them back.
Huh.
Problem is they don't... Yeah. Problem is, of course, they won't work in the new ones. Because they're for spell speed, which is maxed out on the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like I want a direct hit and a determination. How are you on those?
I have 6 determination and 1 direct hit.
I would like one of each.
Actually, I have 8 determination and 1 direct hit.
Okay. Yeah, 1 each, please.
Looks like I need to get more crit.
Hmm. do that. And then... doesn't exactly help. Do I want the old Eden Call Breaches of Casting? She should be able to see on my screen through ops.
Do.
They're an interesting design, that's for sure.
Yeah, but they're not really breaches.
No, they're not.
That's hard to say. I mean, I could see them working in some cases.
Why don't I?
But
them? Simply because I do have slots and they are fairly unique. Okay, so that means I want an N at some point, of course.
Where are you hidden? Ah, the repair.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Look at this.
Yeah, that's a little hurting.
And of course, I'll want to repair that for later. And my next question is, what things are you upgrading with the coins?
The coins are used to upgrade Crystarium gear.
Which is all off the tombstones.
Right. Of Allegory.
Yeah.
The tombstones of Phantasmagoria can now be used to upgrade the Neo-Ishgard stuff. However, if you are pentamelded on the Neo-Ishgard, upgrading might not be the wisest choice. The upgraded versions do not allow for overmelding. Are you confused yet?
No. Maybe. Okay. What now?
What now is we head back to Alamigo.
Oh, right.
I think we want to go to Porta Pastoria. But you'll need one coin from each place to get the item you need to upgrade the Crystarium gear. I believe you might have some jewelry.
Exist yet. But the third place doesn't exist yet.
No, the first two places.
Okay. And that's the thing that I know there's gear that only needs the first coin, and then gear that needs the first two, and so on.
Yeah, the one that needs the single coin is the Deep Shadow gear. The one that needs 2 coins is the Crystarium gear.
Okay. Alright. We were in the middle of this.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to have to de-purdy.
Probably. Yeah, we're gonna have to de-party.
That's right, we were getting ready. We'd gone through the simulator, and now we're getting ready for the real show. Maybe.
Checking with Valdulin.
Okay. I suppose that in theory, any one of us could be the pilot, but I dare say your preternatural abilities give you a certain advantage.
Sivera? Incredible, but how does it compare to the weapons? We're gonna find
Yeah,
out.
I'd feel a little safer as a trial. Maybe.
Okay,
Are you
guys.
sufficiently
Okay, guys.
Are you sufficiently prepared? Maybe.
Yes, I'm
Is
ready.
maybe an answer?
Bring it.
Then we shall depart for Turncliffe at once. Level sync is in effect. So, do you remember your controls?
Maybe. I know they're
Read
all
them.
in places I don't want them.
Right. Okay. And that'll be Sapphire. Seems they were expecting us, but who's the pilot? Rylea, we're almost there. You'd better have your wits about you. Huh. Very roomy interior. Initiate combat mode. I have control. G-Warrior, do the thing! Yeah, do the thing.
You can do the thing. I'm going for initiate combat mode.
I'm doing the thing.
I seriously doubt they're different.
Yeah. Well.
Oh god, now I'm going to be hungry for tacos again.
Does this mean I know what we're ordering for lunch tomorrow?
Yeah.
Now, get ready to strike. Huh. No, I think it is different. Look at mine. Or did you go through city?
I went through Sid already.
Okay. Now get ready to strike. Is it too late to back out?
G-Warrior!
It's time to fry this overgrown squid.
G-Warrior, engage!
Yeah, I know. I'm just not nearly Sentai enough for this.
Sid, that sounds awfully familiar.
And save some for me, for research purposes, that is.
Yeah, right. You never share your fish.
It's squid. I could share a little. Maybe.
You say
It's
that
gonna be
now.
a full of calamari, so yeah, I think I can share.
Oh god, this is so Gundam.
Wow, guys. Hey, I'm pretty good at flying this thing. Can't afford to lose. It's all or nothing.
Oh my god, he's starting out with Oversoul.
Activating Oversoul. Yep. Hydra's combat sample ready. Initiating organic core something. No, I can't hold on. And this is why we're using the G-Warrior. I will be monitoring the situation from the air. Follow my instructions and eliminate the target. Tacos, okay.
Hashu. Hydrus. That's a new name I don't think we've heard before.
I'm still loading. Ah, there I go.
Okay.
Sapphire weapon. Auto heal penalty, EP penalty, okay. That's just the standard, fresh perspective, operating outside the usual conditions of combat. Okay, you ready for this?
Already engaged.
Be a yes. Well, well, it seems the savages have been busy. I shall enjoy breaking their new toy. Must have absorbed an aquatic Acon. Be sure to use the Pyretic Booster and Ethereal Aegis. There it is.
The button I wanted to hit.
Tell me about it. Oh boy. That's not looking good. No, no, no. I'll be going long. It's not going to be a short battle, is it?
Hey, I took care of them. What do you think you mean?
Oh dear. What did he hit you with?
Well, part of it is that they purposely got my bar in places like, no, that's not where I put my heels. That's not where I put my shields. So I'm literally fumbling around for my keys.
Well, that's new. Okay, I didn't see those guys as part of it before. Really want different angle. Darn it! Stop! No, I keep fumbling that. Right then. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. That's good to know. Oh, right. I forgot about that one. That didn't work. Oh, crap. Dang. I have a problem.
I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. It's still not.
I've got the hang of this, but I did not manage that one correctly. Nope. Dang it. And I generally had it, but I didn't quite get out of the big one in time. Man. Okay, I hit the wrong thing. That's what happened there. So I had the right idea, the wrong thing. So hopefully that'll make that work easier.
Duty failed.
Oh! You looked like you were getting there, too.
He had too much of a cast bar on that, and that's going to be an enrage insta-wipe.
Oh, dear.
Ooh, this is being difficult.
Yeah.
No, it's actually a lore reason why they went with Gunbreaker instead of Gunblade. They actually... They basically originally were going to call it Gunblade, but they decided to go for Gunbreaker. That way they weren't always tied to have to use a Gunblade. Because there are a few instances in game where there's a couple, at least one major character running around with a gun hammer. The term Gunbreaker comes from the in-world lore. It comes from the fact that they were originally an elite guard, and one of the things they got really good at doing was breaking gun emplacement lines.
I'm not gonna live through this. Or maybe. Simultaneous activation.
Yeah, that's where I kind of lost it.
Can't. And I can't. And stop doing that to me, and no. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do anything about that. I may have to go to easy. I think I know what they want you to do, and I'm just not set up to do it. that's that you were talking about earlier. I do have something for when we're done.
Yeah, I don't think I can kill him in time.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they want you to be using Pyretic Booster a lot more than probably either of us are. Because, of course, that's supposed to be a damage boost. And I'm going, I just can't keep track of that and the shield and the restoration all at once. Come on. Come on. Which is why I've gone down to easy.
Yep, wiped me. Yeah, this one's gonna be tough.
Through the shield. And here we go. Great. Okay. So you're supposed to take out the beasts. Where's your cast bar? Come on, gimme. Okay, I think I understand. Yes, Big Fat Tacos is badass music. Yeah, no, it's kind of fools me as you can't do much about that one.
I've got his health down pretty good.
Mm-hmm, which means simultaneous activation will be up soon.
Before it was at half health when it went to simultaneous. That's why I had like, yep, there
That's
it
it.
is.
Kill the tigers. Then kill him. Yeah, easier said than done when that's happening. But I think you're supposed to more or less ignore the turrets, though I didn't, and it came really close. And that was on easy. Yeah, I just hit them with number 2. It took about 2 shots to kill them. As I mentioned, these guys are protecting him. So now that they're down... Yeah, I took out the turret so I didn't have to dodge that. So I don't know. Yeah, okay, you have time.
Yeah, imagine his bar where it was above the in a weapon and he started doing this.
Yeah, wow. I don't know if I could do it on regular, though I'd have a better shot at it now. Okay. So at the beginning of the fight, he was talking about my image in Cerulean. And you were wondering about that? Okay, hold there. So what he was saying is his image in ceruleum, as in the mineral, as in the ceruleum processing plant.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is that the likeness that was doing the big sword swipe, that was the fellow who we sort of fought an Azla who ended up sacrificing himself so that we could take out the Warring Triad.
Don't remember him.
Oy. Which is why he didn't go all Bahamut Primal crazy on us. Anyway, Gaius?
The target has been silenced. That damn squid never stood a chance.
Understood.
Go for it. Now that the immediate threat has been dealt with, we should gather what information we can in Turncliffe. Now, give me a moment. And switch over. Yeah, same thing. Of course it is. It is. Guys, you stick in the mud. Now that the immediate threat has been dealt with, we should gather what information we can in Turncliffe. Yeah, purple calamari. Really?
Yeah.
They did a Turncliffe set.
Yes, they did.
I was going to comment the fact that if they do ever expand the world out in this direction, they're going to have to keep in mind what that set looked like. But I think they're ahead of me. Ironworks technician. This lift leads down to the storage area where the weapons were kept. Unfortunately, the Imperials didn't leave an awful lot behind for us to investigate, but they did give us a place to carry out maintenance on the G-Warrior. In fact, I can take you down there for a closer look if you're interested. Maybe later.
Resistance fighter.
Escort, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Ready to return to Garabania? No.
Okay, so he's our way out.
Yeah. Thanks, Fountain.
Severa? I must admit, I envy your talents. Would I possess even a fraction of your skills, I could better serve Gaius.
I wish I had skill.
Valdolin?
I could not help feeling there was a simpler way to defeat the weapon. Perhaps shooting it in the head with a large cannon would have sufficed.
He is such a stick in the mud.
You realize the reference. That was the Sapphire weapon. What happens to the Sapphire weapon?
Right.
It gets shot in the head by the giant Shinra cannon.
Yes, that is true. It did get shot in the head by the giant Shinra cannon.
How could you forget that, Sunny?
It's been over 2 decades since I've played it.
That's probably about the only Sunny I do remember short of the opening.
Former Imperial conscript.
I've been separated from my family ever since I was forced into the army, but I was able to sneak away in the confusion. I've got you and your friends to thank for that. My main concern is that Legatus Valens won't take this lying down. That man is like a dog with a bone. Once he sinks his teeth in, he never lets go. He'll be back, I'm sure of it.
Checking out this one. Ooh, we got a nice vantage point.
We sure do. And hey, look, there's my calamari.
Yep, and... Yep. That's a lot of calamari.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm willing to share that much. Want some?
No, at first what we need to do is you need to help me with your awesome blacksmithing skills to make me a frying pan big enough. Oh, the kids had a skit and then just ran off and I missed it.
Yeah. I missed the beginning of it.
Meh.
And I was only catching half of it when I did see it. Rueful civilian. What do you want with me, lass?
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Not much to tell, even less worth knowing. These days I go about my daily business trying not to bother anyone. Just another sad old man all alone and dying of... well, I doubt you'd care even if I told you. Used to call myself a doctor, not that I was much good at it. When the epidemic came 10 years ago, I was powerless to stop it, despite all my years of experience in fancy medicines. For every one I saved, I lost a dozen more. Worse than that, I let those Garlean bastards push me around, tell me who to treat and who to leave to their fate. As a result, I only saw to the Imperials, while my kith and kin died in agony.
Can you tell me about Turncliffe?
Being far to the south of Werlet, perched atop the cliffs, there never was much reason for anyone to travel here. Being by the sea is all well and good, but we're simply too high above water to benefit much from it. The gulls and terns don't seem to mind, though. Most of the townsfolk are either Huron natives or Aura who found their way here over the years. They all lived side by side, peaceably enough, before the Garleans came and ruined everything. Before the Fire Nation came. Got it.
Hush you.
There wasn't much we could do to stop them. Those who fought back were soon put to the sword. Once the invasion was complete, the Imperials started digging down into the rock and built a supply depot for their blasted airships. But the experiments were a lot more recent development. Of course, none of us civilians were privy to what it was they were working on. I expect that'll all come to light now that the bastards have all turned and fled with their tails between their legs. We've got you and yours to thank for that, even if it is only a temporary respite. Yeah, we'll see about that. We're kind of due for more expansion out this way.
Oh, the kids are playing hide and seek.
Yeah. There you are. How'd you know? Okay, I was thinking I was getting the half of a conversation instead of it actually being both halves.
Lonely Widow. Those Garlean bastards are finally gone, and it's all thanks to you. My husband died defending our town when they first invaded. For all the years since, it's felt like he died for nothing. Now his soul might at last find peace. Aww.
We'll see what we can do about that. Yeah, it's some really pretty architecture.
By the way,
damn it, I want to go through the gate and explore the rest.
We can actually kind of build something like that for our house if we wish. I believe you can. For housing, you can build it via the guild workshop, company workshop.
You mean the facade?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a lot bigger than any house we can get.
No, it'd be more of in the architectural style thereof.
Yeah. Resistance fighter?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the 7th Legion troops stationed here withdrew before you arrived. I expect they're regrouping somewhere and getting ready to retake the town. Even heard one of the members of the weapon project is still hiding somewhere in the town.
Oh ho!
Hey.
That's a bit of info.
Not that we're getting to see too much of the town. Bunch of Garlean supply crates.
And a supply tower. Oh look, and a wall shutter. Down below.
Okay, that's that. Yeah, wow, they went all out on this area.
Gaius?
Yeah. You did well to pilot the G-Warrior so adeptly in so short a time. Oh, kinda. And with the weapon largely intact. So, wait. You mean I'm not gonna get to cut it up for calamari?
No.
Oh. Sid and his researchers should be able to gather a wealth of valuable information. Before it is dismantled, perhaps we should take one last look upon our fallen foe. Three airships now.
Mm-hmm. All of the Excelsior design. Uh-oh.
Enterprise Excelsior, yeah. Excelsior Enterprise, whichever way around it was. And here we go. We should have known Father and his friends would track us down sooner or later. Now they're at our doorstep and the Sapphire weapon still isn't ready. Even so, it should still be able to fend them off, or at least buy some time. Not quite how I'd imagined it, but this seems as good a way to die as any.
Rex, okay. Sorry, I thought the size.
Same here.
Okay, wasn't.
Recon? Why are you still here? You're supposed to be moving the other weapons to a safe location. You can take care of that, while I pilot the Sapphire weapon. What are you talking about? I'm the pilot, not you. There's no need to put your life on the line. Besides, it's still incomplete. It can barely perform basic maneuvers, so it'll be practically useless in a real fight. We have a solution. Oversoul.
It wasn't practically useless. It killed me 3 times.
You want to end up like Melisandre? No, of course not. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Thank you. But she didn't give her life in vain. The Ruby weapon left behind data that's been used to improve the system, to prevent any further malfunctions. Yeah, we didn't seem to have a true malfunction. What difference does that make? Once Oversoul is activated and the pilot fuses with the core, there's no way back.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that was not a malfunction.
Well, this time wasn't. And that's why I should be the one to pilot the Sapphire weapon, not you, Rex. Alphonse needs you. You and I both know I'm the least qualified pilot we have. There's less to lose if I don't make it back. No, I won't let you. Please, Rex, hear me out. Ever since we were children, I was the smallest. You're the smallest.
I know, that's a relative term with Aura men.
The weakest, too afraid to stand up for myself. And I had the best brothers and sisters a boy could wish for. You were always there for me, protected me. Now, it's my turn to protect you. Take the other weapons and get out of here. See this through to the end. Do it for me. For Melisandre. I'm counting on you, Rex. Huh. You always did have a stubborn streak. Alright, Recon. I won't let you down. Just promise you'll wait for me. On the other side. We'll meet again, brother. You all made me happier than I had any right to be. And now, I finally found my purpose. I have no regrets. Come on, Sapphire. We may be far from perfect, but we have a job to do. Let's give Father something to remember us by. The echo, I presume. What did it reveal to you?
Yeah, the oversoul wasn't a malfunction.
Recon, my poor boy. You were braver than most could ever hope to be. Just as we feared. I'm sorry, Gaius. First Melisandria, now Recon. We must find the remaining weapons and end this madness. Foxfire, not a bad guess, but actually Excelsior Enterprises, all one name for one ship. And Cold, I really hope you know better than that.
Come on, they have Biggs and Wedge in the game. Think about that.
Yeah, Star Trek. It is directly Star Trek references. The Enterprise, the first model airship he comes up with is Enterprise, and then he refits it to what you're seeing now and calls it Excelsior Enterprise or Enterprise Excelsior. I forget which one, which way around it is. And the last we'd seen, they didn't really have multiple, so I'm not sure what the other two are.
They could just be rebuilds based off of his prime.
Oh, certainly, but what the names are.
Yeah. Anyway, Valdelin?
Alduan. Tell me, what do you make of Gaius Balsar? I understand the two of you have been acquainted since his days as the Black Wolf. He claims to have shed his pelt when he took up the hunt for Ascians, but he's still the same man deep down. He certainly kept quiet about having a flock of foster children back in the Empire. Though. It seems he would rather bare his teeth to his former masters than allow harm to come to them. Yet try as I might, I cannot make sense of it. Does he truly fight for the good of mankind, as he would have us all believe, or is he merely biding his time before he reveals his true colors? Whatever the answer may be, in the end he will always be a Garlean, and though there may be honorable men and women among them, I have suffered much and more as a result of their conquests, barbaric campaigns in which Gaius Balsar played no small part. My first encounter with the Garleans was 20 years ago. Shortly after the fall of Alamigo, they continued their march into the lands that had long been home to Uwe Duskwites. We sought to repel the invaders, but we were woefully unprepared. Our bows and arrows were no match for their magitech, and even our most powerful magics did little to slow their advance. I fought on the front line and was knocked unconscious in the opening exchange. When I came to, I was alone and the rest of my unit slaughtered. I hurried back to my village to look for my wife and daughter, only to find the place deserted. My search lasted for days, then weeks, then months, and it seemed they had disappeared without a trace. Finally learned from two Imperials held at Bittermel that the villagers had been captured and used as test subjects for the poison gas that would later be known as Black Rose.
Ooh, and we've seen the results of that.
They were never seen again. For 20 long years, I roamed aimlessly with nothing but hatred to keep me alive. I eventually found myself at the order of the Twin Adder, who offered me a place among their ranks. The desire for revenge was the only thing I had left, so without a moment's hesitation, I accepted. Were it not for the war with Garlemald, I would have been loath to work alongside the city-dwelling Gridanians who for so long had treated my kind as outcasts. But none of that mattered anymore. It all culminated with Operation Urkon. As you led the charge into the Praetorium, we were right behind you. And when the place came crumbling down, most of us were caught in the rubble. I escaped with my life, though many others were less fortunate.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Load-bearing bosses and all that. Having dragged myself free from the rubble, I sought a way out. It was then that I encountered none other than Gaius Baelsar on the verge of death. The gods had delivered to me the man whose conquest had dropped me of everything.
No, he wasn't a load-bearing boss. Remember, he took out the place on his own and stood in the rubble. There was no load-bearing about it.
Yeah,
he just thought it was in the way.
I was poised, ready to exact my revenge. Then he spoke. I will not beg for mercy. I only ask that you stay your hand a while longer. I cannot die until I've rid the world of the Ascian menace. For millennia, mankind has danced to their tune, but no more. Then, once we are finally free, my life is yours for the taking. I would have struck him down there and then had I not sensed truth in his words. So, I decided to grant him a stay of execution and join him on his hunt. All this time I've kept a close eye on Gaius. Though he is ever on the watch for pursuers, he's granted me ample opportunity to slay him if I so chose. And I still might, if he shows even the slightest sign of betraying our agreement. But for now, the Ascians are my chosen quarry. If they are indeed the ones pulling the Empire's strings, oh yes they are, then it shall not end until they have been eradicated, every last one. Though I could not save my kin, there are those who may yet be spared the horrors of war. Unfortunately, dealing with the Ascians will have to wait until we have brought an end to Garlemald's weapon project. Though we may have vanquished 2 of the new weapons, we must make every effort to prepare for whatever the Garlings throw at us next. Perhaps Severa can tell us whether the Ironworks engineers have uncovered any information of note. Yeah! Wow, guys! Check with the other 2, or just go to Severa?
Check with the other 2.
Gaius? Audlin? I'd rather you didn't share what we discussed with my traveling companions. It would only complicate matters. Yes, it would. Severa?
The Ironworks engineers are still at work dismantling the Sapphire weapon and investigating the Turncliffe Magitech facility. Though they have yet to make their report, they may have some news to share at this juncture. Please wait here a moment.
We have yet to finish our investigation, but I can give you a preliminary report. Were you able to recover anything of note? Before abandoning the facility, they attempted to destroy anything they couldn't take with them, including many of their research materials. Luckily, some information relating to the Sapphire weapon's combat data was intact. Judging by what we saw during the battle, it was extracted from Rylea van Hydrus, correct? also appears that the Sapphire weapon was actually in an incomplete state, and therefore unable to perform at full capacity. Even so, it was immensely powerful. If they'd been given the chance to finish it before we'd arrived, who knows how it would have ended. Indeed. We may not be so fortunate next time, so we must prepare for the worst. The Ironworks will continue to investigate the Sapphire weapon and look into possible countermeasures. The Echo offered you a glimpse of the conversation between Recon and Rex prior to the weapon's deployment. Do you remember any other details? Well, you see, improvements were made to the synthetic aurosite system to prevent malfunctions, and it was never their intent to create a manifestation of Nail Vandarnus. But there's one thing that was intended. Oversoul. Its activation results in the pilot being absorbed by the core, killing them in the process. Rex and Recon were fully aware of this, were they not? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then the death of the pilot was by design all along. Alphonse, how could you? Sacrificing your own siblings to fuel these accursed war machines.
Surely there's no cause worth paying such a price.
Aye, nothing is more precious than family. This nightmare is far from over. It appears that Rex has fled with the remaining weapons. We can assume that Alphonse has every intention of sending them into battle. We must find a way to disable them before Oversoul can be activated. I have seen enough death. I do not wish to see any more. Then there is no time to waste. Let's be about it, Gaius. Severa, you're in charge here. Keep Sid and his team safe while they carry out the investigation.
Understood. Please see that no harm comes to Gaius.
While we're gone, I need you to relay everything to the Resistance troops. Your first-hand account should prove useful. If there are any developments, we'll be sure to contact you.
Gaius?
Oops. Alphonse, I will find you, wherever you are.
Valdulin?
If the other weapons have been moved elsewhere, the locals must have seen the direction in which they're headed. At this stage, any information at all would be better than what we have now, which is next to nothing. Speak with the Resistance officer at Porta Praetoria.
Actually, I'm going to check down at
Darn straight. Ironworks technician?
Yep. Oh god, that is so evil looking.
Yep. Wow! What?
Climb onto the G-Warrior shoulder. Stand by the G-Warrior. I take it these are for beauty shots.
Okay, ask about the G-Warrior. When we first discovered it at Azazla, it was in far worse state than it is now. Different color, too. Yeah, the Allagans didn't go for white and blue much. As for its intended purpose, we believe it was developed to combat primals or similar threats. All of the parts deemed unnecessary have been removed, and we've made several adjustments to improve stability and overall safety. As a result, however, we've had to limit its capabilities to some degree. We can't afford to repeat the mistakes made by the Garleans with the Ultima weapon, who we believe employed knowledge obtained from the Ascians. After all, we know how that ended. You might also be relieved to hear that Master Garland has introduced a pilot recognition system so that only those given prior permission by the Ironworks can operate it. Think of it as a precaution should the enemy get any ideas about stealing it from us. Inspect the head. The two sensors on the front of the head work in much the same way as the eyes of living creatures, sending visual information to the pilot. This horn-like protrusion was one of several additions we made ourselves. It's for picking up link pearl signals, not for ramming the enemy. Still, if push comes to shove, I dare say it could be used to make a last-ditch attack. Are they putting a gun on the mantelpiece?
Possibly.
Inspect the arms. Compared to the original design, the outward appearance is largely the same, but we've carried out a number of improvements. The manipulators, or hands, you might call them, were originally created to claw at the enemy. We've modified them to allow the use of various weapons, such as the ethereal saber.
Boosters.
I'm glad you noticed. The boosters were built entirely by the Ironworks to allow for low-altitude flight and increased maneuverability. They're currently unsuited to being used over long distances, hence the need to have the G-Warrior transported by the airship. This is another area we're hoping to improve in future iterations.
Climb onto the shoulder.
Giant Robo! Where's my watch?
Done enough posing?
Yeah, I've done enough posing.
Stand by the G-Warrior! They give you a chance to photo off with it. Okay, that's just silly.
A little.
Okay, return to Terracliff. Can I practice in the simulator, guys? No? No?
Maybe when we get back. So, Porta Pretoria?
Yeah. Or Urbania.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with guys that we've seen is, unfortunately, he believes everything he says down to a T. Which means that he honestly thinks that the Garlean way, until the Ascians stuck their fingers in the pie, was the correct way to lead all of humanity, and everyone should cow to it. Because might makes right.
Yeah, though he is sounding somewhat reluctant to force the issue too much. We'll see.
Well, that
certainly
was the old...
Ascians first. Oh, okay.
That was the old one, and he still believes a lot of that, but the Ascians take priority over everything.
Oh, yeah. And then probably family. Or maybe the other way around, even. Welcome back. Sounds like you've been on quite the journey, all the way to Turncliffe. Judging by the fact you made it here in one piece, I trust everything went according to plan? Eventually.
Kind of. Maybe.
What an astonishing account. I wouldn't mind putting that G-Warrior through its paces myself. Certainly a lot more stimulating than supervising this rabble, I'd imagine. Anyway, as before, I'll compile the information into a report and leave it over there for your perusal, should you feel so inclined. If we hear anything from headquarters, we'll be sure to pass it on. Sapphire weapon bust. Tabletop item.
Ooh, that's the
Chest of this Gorland Ironworks scale replica of a select portion of the sapphire weapon glows ominously, except no substitutes.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, in the 7th Legion Waylit headquarters. I'll need a moment. I have come to deliver my report, Lord Valens.
Someone's been working up a sweat.
Mm-hmm. Ah, so you've returned, young Alfred. Or was it Alwick? Not that it really matters, of course. I hear that you and your darling brothers and sisters have allowed the sapphire weapon to fall into the hands of the enemy. Do tell me it isn't so. I am afraid that is the case, Lord Valens. Oh, come now, no need to be so sullen. As they say, to err is human, to forgive divine, and you know how forgiving I can be. Well, it suits me. Got milk? So, tell me, whatever your name is, who was able to best the sapphire weapon? Our sources state that the one known as the Warrior of Light was assisted by Sid Garland and Gaius von Balesar, my lord. Gaius. Yes, it seems he's been quite the troublemaker of late. Defecting from Garlemald, assassinating the Emperor, whatever next. Oh well, there's no use crying over spilt milk. Speaking of which, you've become quite the connoisseur since arriving in Orlet. This particular variety comes from a rare breed of cow, you know. Only 100 of them in existence and pampered every day of their lives. Yes, they're quite valuable. Until their milk dries up, that is. When it does, they are sent to the slaughterhouse like all the rest, for that is their lot in life. To be discarded once they have served their purpose. Did I create the ruby and sapphire weapon so you could deliver them gift-wrapped to the enemy? I can see it now, said Nan Garland, rubbing his hands in glee at all the technological marvels we bestowed upon him. And you let Gaius von Balesar of all people get the better of you. How do you think that this reflects on me? The legatus of the 7th Legion humiliated by that traitor. Humiliated, I say. There's only one way to deal with worthless provincial filth like you. Wait for me in the correction chamber. You need to be taught a lesson in obedience. Yes, my lord. Forgive my intrusion, Lord Valens, but it's time for your meeting with the head of Magitech Development. Oh, how time flies when you're whipping useless soldiers into shape. Yes, I'll be along once I've made myself presentable. Can't have people thinking I've let my standards slip, now can I? Really? What are you doing here?
Do you wish to see me, Lord Valens?
Did I now? Ah, yes, that's right. So you're Allie, yes? And you joined the military of your own free will along with your fellow orphans. Such devotion. What an inspiration you are. You see, it is my firm belief that love grants us the power to move mountains, to overcome any obstacle. Together, we shall discover the strength that lies within you. Take my hand, child. I will show you the way. And on that creepy note, we will close the doors.
Oof.
Yeah. Can I wash my brain out now?
But yeah, that's our first weapon bust, which you can normally only get by running the extremes.
Because there's no extreme version of this.
Right. So, where am I taking you to?
Good question.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cold.
Maybe Gridania?
Yeah, we can go to Gridania. But yeah, that is all the current unlocks short of the Dwarf Beast Tribe that will release this patch.
Right.
So this is probably our last of our special, this is all the new content streams, woohoo! At least until the Baja front shows up.
Yeah. Which is what, 531?
Something like that.
Do you know when that's due?
Oh! I haven't heard a date yet. There is technically one other thing, though I don't know if we want to include it, which is...
Which is?
Opening up the new custom deliveries.
Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, we'll want to do it, but I don't think it's worth a stream.
Yeah. Same thing with any special events they do for the third stage of Ishgard Restoration.
Mm. And of course,
For one
the
thing,
Bun Buns
it'd be
will...
kind of disappointing to try to stream it.
Yeah. And of course, the Bun Buns will hopefully, maybe next week, deal with the Costa del Sol.
Yes.
Fire Festival. And of course, we need to do the Fire Festival too.
And then the Fire Festival came.
Because dang it, I want my Lua skirt.
I'm not sure if I want you to have one.
Why not?
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, I suppose we should get you one, otherwise you'll just want to try and steal mine all the time.
Pretty much. And trust me, I'll probably look better in the hula dance than trying to do the Okavundu, oh god, I'm trying to remember the Samoan fight dance.
No idea.
looks horrible on Thayrin. It looks like it's a bad case of cultural appropriation. It's like, no! The skinny, tall white guy should not be doing this dance.
Oh dear.
It is like total bad cultural appropriation. No. It looks great on a Hrothgar or a Rogaden, though.
Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay. Mother Miones, and don't spare the feathers.
Looky, she can fly!
Mm-hmm.
She is a happy bird.
Though she still can't fly very high.
She can fly high enough. Yeah, if you're at the final steps of faith, you're getting really close.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A little ways yet, but you should be getting the next set of credits soonish.
Yeah, generally the schedule they keep is, of course, the expansion, and then they have effectively a wrap-up to the expansion story for like the first 3 patches after, and then patch 4 and 5 are the ramp-up to the new story.
Yeah, usually it's not so clear-cut, but, you know, that's what the bulk of it goes to.
Oh, and congrats, Foxfire! Level 7! Woohoo!
Woo!
You should be long past killing ladybugs and little lambs.
Yes. You want the seat?
I can take whichever seat.
Okay. Well, it
cookies.
has been great.
Yes, thank you very much all for coming to our special streams. Saturday we will get back to Heaven on High and our typical schedule. We probably won't be doing any more special streams until something major comes up in the major patch, which will probably be the boss front, though that one we might want to wait on as well. After all, we're not streaming Eureka because it's a little grindy.
Depends on what it's like. Maybe the first time in or something.
But we won't be getting any other major story content until 5.4.
Yes, which in the normal course of things would be in about 3 months. With 2020 being what it is, it might be longer.
We'll see, we'll see. But we'll be here for it.
Yes.
You guys have a great evening. Get some sleep. Be well. Stay safe. All that jazz. Hopefully see you Friday, 9:30 Pacific. Good night, all.
Good night.